Connection.
Thanks for joining us on today's Community Connection. I'm Jason Laird, joined by Colette with Great Falls Public Schools, here to talk about a little bit of community awareness, public school system, 10-year anniversary already, crazy to think about, and kind of the goal behind bringing a little bit of community awareness. Talk about that.
Yeah, well, Great Falls Public Schools has had preschool services for special education students for years. And the Great Falls community, the coalition, and the school district recognize a need to have more of programming. So we opened up Skyline Center 10 years ago with some public preschool programming.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
And now, are you guys going to be having like an open house, anything like that, to have people come in and kind of get an overview of what you do? Or?
Yes. So this week we're going to be celebrating our 10-year anniversary.
Right.
And part of that is that in the afternoon on Wednesday, we're going to have some cake, balloons, and have the teachers giving tours of the instructional facilities and just showing their classrooms and the things that they've been doing with the children.
Right on. And what are some of the things that might surprise folks coming into, a preschool facility like this? Maybe they're not used to it. Maybe they, haven't really been into tour one. So things that might kind of stand out to them a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I think people are most surprised, first of all, to learn that the public school does have a preschool here in Great Falls, because Montana is one of 6 states that currently does not fund preschool. So there's a funding formula for children who are in kindergarten through 12th grade, but there is no state dollars for preschool. And so Great Falls Public Schools has actually taken on the task of applying for federal grants, using Title I dollars and using special education dollars to get the program going and keep it going.
Right.
Yeah, so it's pretty exciting when people learn like, oh, I didn't know we had preschool. So just to have everybody up, show them the spaces, it's just top notch. It's really a great facility.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and talk a little bit about too, I feel, I went to preschool as a kid, and I felt like, I guess now looking back, it really paves the way going into grade school.
Absolutely.
Instead of just starting from scratch, starting with nothing, it kind of gives you that lead up and that classroom atmosphere a little bit, just to kind of set the stage. So talk a little bit about the importance behind that and how it does kind of help kids get that leg up going into grade school.
Yes, I think about when I was in school, going to preschool, there were maybe a handful of children that actually attended preschool, but kindergarten was where you learned your ABCs and 1, 2, 3s and colors and shapes. And with the rigor of academics in kindergarten and beyond, now with Common Core and things, kids need to have a little bit more, kind of a little booster, like the readiness skills to be successful in kindergarten. And it's really not so much about the academics as it is about just the opportunity to practice, sharing, turn taking, being in a group of children, lining up. And so just what we call those essential skills to be successful. And so it gives them an opportunity to practice that.
Kind of understanding that structure a little bit.
Yeah, and it's very play-based. And so they're learning those things in a very developmentally appropriate way by playing with friends and then kind of having their teachers and paraeducators there to coach them through that so that they feel successful.
Right. And real quickly, we've got about 40 seconds left. Best way to get a little more information about the preschool program here in town?
Yes. So if you go on to Great Falls Public Schools webpage, there is actually a tab for early childhood. And if you click on the link for early childhood, they will take you to a web page with all the information, with also a contact page where you can type a brief email and reach out.
Outstanding. We'll hope to see everybody out there at the open house. Again, all the information you could ever want about, Great Falls Public Schools and, of course, the preschool program. So thank you so much for coming in. Hope to see everybody out there and get a little extra information.
Yes.
Thanks.